What's up, everyone? And we are live. Wow, I guess we are in alt season, aren't we? Right? Like the whole market has just gone insane. Obviously, all the other YouTubers have already covered it, probably maybe 1 or 2 weeks back. But I think it's better to kind of come in a little bit later and kind of agree on the sidelines first, right? Because we were literally in most of the DeFi projects. Sushi Swap made us a killing. Uniswap made us a killing. We were holding Uniswap since what, $3 to $4, and then after that for Sushi Swap we were kind of in and out, a little bit hesitant. Then I kind of figured out that the more fees that were being earned on the platform would also drive the price and the demand, right? Because the larger the fee pool, it also naturally attracts more LPs or liquidity providers. And in turn, that also actually drives up the price of the token. So I think all these things coming together really add up to that whole bullishness of the whole space. But I think that I've always been the killjoy in the whole crypto space. I really admit that I'm the killjoy because I'm always getting people to take profit. Like literally, if you just held just everything, right? Just held everything, the gains will be so much more. But in the back of my mind, 2018 is just still very fresh. You know what I'm saying? And I know that a lot of people are against the whole short-term capital gains. Not against, but more of like they want to avoid the short-term capital gains, and they feel that they can hold this. It's gonna go to $100 each. As of now, guys, as of now, Uniswap is already about $20, hit a high of about 21. And at the same time, if you're looking at sushi just crossed like 16. It hit 1660, and then after that it kind of hit its head, and then now we're just around hovering around $15, 15.50 and above. It's looking really very good. Curve just crossed $4. You see, it's all the whole hype is around the DeFi space. Nothing more, man. What's up, KevK? What's up, Peter M? So you see, that's now the thing is, I'm always interested in what's the next play. I'm always interested in where can we shift our profits. Where's the best place to kind of put our money and like let it keep working. That's the whole idea, right? Because if we sit in US dollar tether and this whole market just keeps going, I know we feel very miserable. But BTC is climbing back to 40,000. Ethereum just hit a new high of 1,600, and just the moment it crossed 1,550, that was a new high, and now it's a new high again. Like, will this ever stop, guys? Like I want to really believe it, but okay, look, it's obviously happening, right? Money is hitting our bank accounts. It's realized now. We are now more savvy. We know how to take profit into either US dollars or into a stable coin. But man, I'm happy, but at the same time, in the back of my mind, that risk management always just kicks in. Ryan, take money off the table. Ryan, take money off the table. And that part has been a little bit of a hindrance. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine if you kept your full position. Like we kept our full position of Uni, right? We took profit along the way, but along the way we also rebought when there were dips. So it's been it's been like a pretty half-hearted. Like you don't want to go balls deep and go all in into the in you want to kind of like, okay, look, this isn't sustainable. At some point we're probably gonna get cut in half, like overnight, because that's what happened in 2018, guys. You gotta forgive me for being such a pussy. And when you are managing a 6-7 figure portfolio, right, you kind of tend to be a bit of a pussy, to be frank, because it's like if you push everything all in into one position, or at least you're holding multiple positions in the same segment. So what does that mean? So it just means that, let's say I'm having exposure in Uni, Sushi, Curve. These three guys are the biggest or the most popular DEXs at the moment with the highest TVL. TVL is total value locked, right? or token value lock or whatever that term is. And at the same time, they are attracting tons of speculative traders. Like, come on, guys, like if you ask me whether the tokens are valuable, nobody knows whether the tokens that you're swapping into are valuable. All that you know is that when you swap your Ethereum to a token on Uniswap, you are just getting the bet. You're just betting that, okay, the token that I'm swapping to, right, from Ethereum to that token is gonna appreciate, and then after that I'm gonna swap back to Ethereum and get more Ethereum. That's how the game is being played. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no other way to play this market at the moment. There's no other way to, sorry, not play, but more of trade this market at the moment. And as much as you try to find fundamental news, at this point you can cut all the fundamental news, because momentum is key, volume is key. Looking at technical charts is just so much faster to base on your entries and exits. And if you ask me, everything is just crazy parabolic. Like crazy parabolic, guys. Like everything is just blowing up out of the water. Like RSI is just continuously resetting. So relative strength index is just resetting on the 1 hour, 4 hours, and we go again. 1 hour, 4 hours, we reset, go again. Like every weekend is like a good, decent reset, only to prep for the following week. I mean, like, oh wow, okay. Anyway, guys, I'm just ecstatic. I'm happy for everyone. Everyone's really making good money. Okay, I'm happy. I'm super happy. I'm happy for everyone who has always been watching the stream. I'm happy with those who are in the crypto market right now. Like if you entered just January, okay, just January, even if you came in December, you have already made anywhere from 5x to 10x on most positions. Like, of course, naturally, if you're in Ethereum, BTC, well, maybe not so much. But if you've been holding, you've been accumulating since, like, say, just last year, during the March period alone, you have already made crazy gains. And even if you were in BTC, you have already, in fact, 10x your money. Whereas everything else, man, wow. Let's kind of like go to the charts. Let's go to the charts, guys. Then you will understand what I'm talking about. Yes, okay. So, like, guys, like, you know, I've been a HT holder for the longest time, right? And it was one of the most frustrating holds ever. Okay, like this is an exchange token, right, on Huobi, right? And I mean, look, it's like the moment it crossed $5, we were all like, shit, you know, we gotta let this piece of shit go, because end of the day, it's too slow already. Because when right now, when I kind of figured it out, revenue, when it's shared really generously to the community or the people who are participating, they tend to benefit more. Like BNB kind of did a few right things from the very beginning, which was they allowed their token just to fly whenever it wanted to fly. They didn't restrict it, whereas Huobi finally, after like what? Okay, so we were in since like the beginning, right? So every time any kind of peak was very capped. Like 2 to 6 is like only 3x, guys. And then look at it along the way. Every time they would cap it, finally they fucking decided to not cap it. But we were out already, guys. Like at that point, we were out. We decided to just sell whatever we wanted to sell at 5, and then we just sold off into strength. We didn't give a shit. We shifted everything to Uni, Curve. Uni and Curve were our main plays, because we felt that when we saw the fees going up. Now, I think Sushi was something that kind of caught me off guard. I was the most hesitant on Sushi because of what the main founder did. Was he decided to dump his tokens at the very beginning, right? But this was also a mixture of, you know, DeFi being too early when there was not enough speculative, the environment wasn't right. So all DeFis took a hit. If you notice, all DeFis took a hit, right? And I re-looked at it because I felt that, okay, firstly, there is a strong uptick. It reminds me of the time when Ethereum first launched. You know what I mean? When Ethereum started to get really hot back in 2017. That was when pre-Chinese New Year. 2016 was the time. 2016 February was the very first time when I started buying my very first Bitcoin. Then after that, I ventured into the second biggest coin, was, or at least what was biggest at the point, was Ethereum, right? And at the time, the whole ICO thing was very, very new to me. And I just decided to accumulate. So to me, this is like the same thing. When I see the whole space blowing up, the problem right now is that there are too many DEXs. Okay, so I just want to be very truthful, and I'm fearful as well because there are too many DEXs out there. I do not believe that there's so much. There is definitely a more inflow of money. Okay, don't get me wrong. Sorry, let me just rephrase that. There's definitely a stronger inflow of money right now. But the question is, how much of it is organic? That's the part that I'm the most concerned. So as long as the movement is organic, or you can kind of tell that it's organic, we are still okay. Because the masses only know how to market buy. They don't really know how to set limit orders. Not everyone knows how to set limit orders or look at technical charts. That's the part where I feel we are still able to push forward continuously, right? Because the moment they buy their very first cryptocurrency, they start to get curious, because when you go to Coinbase, you can immediately see a array or a list of tokens available to trade. Then you start getting curious, like you start seeing how come this token can do 25%, this token can do 50% in a day, and that already piques your interest automatically, or piques their interest automatically, right? It's the new money, okay? And like I said, new money will always get very curious. They start venturing out. They see BTC like not doing much, because let's just be frank, right? BTC, let's assume that the range is 32,000. Let's say the range is 30,000. Okay, 30,000 to 40,000. That movement alone obviously is, well, not too bad, like 25%. Let's assume, right? So let's say that move is 25% up or down. Okay, it still cannot beat the multipliers that we are getting in everything else. Like hands down. Just okay. Let's just go into uni charts, and let's just see how much appreciation has everyone been getting, right? Just look at just a very quick one. Just very quick simple charting. Okay, so let's just say from the breakaway. Okay. Yeah, like what, 500%, 497 to be exact. You go to sushi. Sushi has done pretty well as well. You know, everything is blowing up, guys. Sushi did really well. Sushi, you have let's see now. Sushi did excellent, guys. Sushi was mad, guys. I hated it, but then I was like, no, I'm not gonna avoid it technically. 600% for sushi. Curve, right? Curve, the slowest laggard of them all. So what we've been doing is that we've been buying into the dips, right? Just following this 4 hour. Okay, this is one day, but if you look at 4 hours, there's plenty of attractive movements. Just look at what I charted, guys. Look at what I charted, guys. See, look. It's like it's like a stairway to heaven. It's just like it's just so obvious. It's insane. Like, it's just too perfect. You know what I'm saying? I hate it when it's so perfect. It's tricking you, making you think that this is just the most straightforward way. I don't know, man. Like it's insane. Like, okay, how much has sushi? Like, how much has Curve done? Like, Curve, we were in since like what, 79 cents? Yeah, 78, 79 cents. Yes, Curve. So, but the thing is, we took profit along the way, because we were a bit concerned that, you know, how sustainable was Curve. 413%. That's Curve. Yeah. So guys, the whole DeFi space is blowing up. Even lending is doing pretty well. Like, I think those who are more into the lending, AAVE. Is it F? Do you pronounce it as F? Yeah. So it's crazy. That's why I'm saying, guys, I think a lot of people are gonna get really very, very rich, as long as we don't have a very hardcore dip, right? If we have a very hardcore dip on BTC, this whole space just literally goes back to 2018, and we have to rebuild everything. Hence why I've been telling people to kind of, you know, have have some stable coins, right? Have some stable coins. Heck, if you have to go to US dollars just to prevent yourself from getting wiped out, right? Because it's not a good feeling to have, say, 100 grand. For example, you put in 10 grand, it became 100 grand. and the whole market just corrects, and you lost 50% of the value. You may say, you know what, doesn't matter, man, I've still made a 40k profit. But don't forget, right, if you decide to take profit on that 40k, you have to pay up to 40% taxes to your country, right? I'm just saying, just for my American friends out there, we don't pay taxes here in Singapore, but I know my American friends pay up to 40% on short-term capital gains tax. Like, you have to think of ways to work around it. I mean, the IRS on your side is just too stringent, and I wouldn't recommend you trying, or you trying to be dishonest. I mean, if you get found out, right, and the fine is going to be worse. So let's not play punk. Okay, let's take some questions. Okay, Jivo, nice to meet you, man. Okay, yep. What's up, Laurie? Okay, so I know this is a dumb question, but about a dumb product, but can you tell me anything about XYO? What is the supposed utility? Wow. Okay, Raphael, I have not heard about XY. I kind of glanced the chat. I thought you were gonna ask me about XTZ, which would be a little bit easier. But XYO, I do not have any insight, so I can't really give you my opinion. It's not a dumb question, my friend. I think at the end of the day, if you are coming on watching the stream for the very first time, there's no such thing as a dumb question. It's okay to ask. But like I said, there's only so much limited resources and attention that I can give this market, and I want to be very specific on the volume. Okay, the volume is something that is very important at this time. So I wanted to cover that. My baby is like calling me right now. Not my baby, my kid is calling me right now. So firstly, the volume is very important. If you're trading this market, 100 million, 50 to 100 million is the new 1 to 2 million. Like previously, we were having so much trouble having a 24-hour volume of $1 to $2 million, right? Per cryptocurrency, per pairing. Right now, the $100 million mark is like the new gold standard for volume, right? I mean, it's just some indicators. The next tier that I kind of want to look at is always the 20 to 30 million 24-hour volume. That is kind of like where I want to look at. But other than that, anything lesser, I wouldn't touch it, because that means there's no attention to that particular token. So just take note, man. What's up? Wow. Okay. GP Hunk 71. Hey, what's up, man, bro? Yeah. So guys, I think good risk management still has to be my number one emphasis. Guys, I know that you all are killing it at the moment. Everybody is killing it. It's very hard to lose money. Like, if you just decided to be a dumbass and short the market, then you're just a dumbass. But other than that, if you are actually for me, I'm always very straightforward. I just enter positions, accumulate, take profit, enter, take profit. I always work with the free roll. You know what I'm saying? Like, my strategy is damn simple. Like, capital in, you doubled up to tripled up, you move out your capital, take off profits off the table, and whatever existing position that you feel that there is more upside, you leave it to run. It's not difficult, guys. So at least if we get taken out, or you want to move your stop loss upwards, it's just very straightforward. It's very simple. It's not. Don't do any complex stuff in this bullish market, guys. Don't need to be too complex. But I think the most important thing is not to get caught up with all the bullishness, that you decide to leave everything on the table and you don't take any profit. And that's just being very, very, that's just very greedy, because you see that your whole portfolio is running up and you don't take any profit. I think that's basically what happened, right? Because eventually the whales are just gonna come in. They're gonna obviously build short positions, right? Nowadays there's so many derivatives that they can use, right, to their advantage. And if they wanted to create that scenario where they dump the tokens or clear the order books so that they get their desired outcome, everyone who isn't the strong hands, who is in the retail space, who doesn't know what's going on, they're gonna get caught in that sell-off. That adds to the selling pressure, which is the obvious emotional outcome that they are banking on, right? Like, if let's say for example uni doesn't have Uni maybe is not really valued at $20. It may be worth more. Okay, I'm not saying whether it's worth more or less. That's not the point here. The point is, if let's say in the interim there is a heavy sell down in uni, okay, and it drops to $10 for whatever reason, people who are on margin would have lost 50% or more, or lost their whole account. That's why don't do margin. But if you were someone who was buying, uni when it was sub $3, that drop from 20 to 10 doesn't really affect you because you're still more than 3x up. So that's the beauty of just buying and holding, but having a deep in the money position. So that's important. So that applies to Ethereum as well. Like my Ethereum positions were high, right? Which was $700, $740 to be exact. So I have such a deep in the money position that, okay, what is the likelihood of Ethereum dropping 50% from now? Say 800, right? I still have an in the money position. I could also re-enter because I've already set aside a good amount of US dollar tether or USDC or BUSD, whatever I feel is most comfortable to hold at the moment. And then from then, I will be more than willing to re-enter the market. That is just a play. That is just a plan. It's just keeping things simple, guys. And the whole idea of just coming out is just to like, wow, okay, address the market a little bit, but also give you all the overall sense of the strategy to keep that in check, to keep everyone in check. But guys, have a great weekend. Everything is too bullish. There's nothing that I really need to explain. It's very straightforward. It's just a matter of how much more money do you want to earn and how much do you want to take off the table. The kid is crying. I love to sit and chat, but I really need to go. Take care and thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you in the next live stream.